you what's been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so glad you're here in my kitchen. It is probably the coldest day of the season thus far. When I got up this morning, it was 14 degrees outside, and now it has only come up to 19 degrees. Now, I know for those of you who are negative zero, in the below zero, that sounds awful whiny, but keep in mind you're talking to a southern girl who is cold even in 80-degree weather. So this is terrible, not to mention that our heat is not working great today. So I just called Bryant to come home from the farm, and he I think he's scared for me to build a fire. But anyway, I had him put a fire in the wood stove insert. So let me tell you, this is Italian week. If you're new here, this week we are doing Italian dishes. I've done biscotti, and it's all going to culminate. Is that the right word? Anyway, it's all going to end up at a big feast we're going to have this weekend, and it's going to be delicious. So we've made biscotti so far. We've made chicken tetrazzini. We're going to make a great big salad, and today is probably the one you guys have been excited about the most, and that is tiramisu. There's a little story with me and tiramisu. First of all, I'm not going to know if it tastes authentic, if it tastes like it's supposed to or not, because I have actually never had tiramisu. Now, I have known all about tiramisu all of my life. It is quite funny. When I was a single person before I married Bryant, my best friend and I went and took a cruise. And that was back in the day when the cruise line would kind of seat you at dinner in the dining room with people of like mind. So there was another couple of girls who were best friends traveling. And they were our age. They sat us with them. And I kid you not, when they brought the menu, or when we saw the menu, this one girl, I think she was from Texas. No, I can't. One of them was from Texas and one of them was from somewhere else. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, she loved tiramisu, and she got so excited when she saw tiramisu on the menu. She just went, tiramisu, tiramisu. Oh my goodness, they got tiramisu. And I heard tiramisu for, I think, an hour. And so I was like, doggone, I am not getting tiramisu, because I've done heard all about it. And I have told Bryant that story. And so anytime we see tiramisu, it's like, tiramisu, tiramisu, I love tiramisu. But I have actually never had it. So I always think of that cruise with my best friend. So let me tell you, there's a couple things. It can't get any easier than this dish right here. But there's a couple ingredients that you might need to hunt for, or know where to look for. And that is the lady fingers. The lady fingers, I found these in our local grocery store, and they were actually in the freezer section at the deli or at the bakery. This grocery store has a bakery. It was over on that end. It's where they keep their ice cream cakes, their birthday ice cream cakes. It was in that refrigerator or freezer. So that's where I found these. Another item that was hard for me to find or to locate in the grocery store, and let me just say, it's a little pricey, is the mascarpone cheese. The mascarpone cheese, it was actually in the deli as well with the fancy cheeses, what I call the fancy cheeses, and that's where it was, and it was very pricey. So, and with that being said, I am, me and my family, we are doubling the recipe. I'm actually doubling this recipe. So if you make, I will link the actual recipe down in the description. And if you make it by that, it makes an 8 by 8 pan. This I'm actually going to make a 9 by 13. So, all right. With that being said, I'm going to grab all my ingredients and I'll meet you. Oh, another item that you may or may not have, and I'll tell you what I did. It calls for espresso. And I gave Caroline my espresso machine, and I gave that to her, but I do have espresso powder. So what I did was I had some leftover coffee from this morning. I used that, and then I put a bunch of espresso powder in my filter and ran some boiling water from my water thing over here through that, and just to make it good and strong. And so that's okay. Also, a true tiramisu calls for some kind of liqueur or alcohol. Some of the recipes call for coffee liqueur. Some of the recipes call for marsala wine. And I have seen a couple of recipes that called for rum, although I don't think that's necessarily the authentic way. But I think coffee liqueur or marsala wine is the normal way. Now, if you've been following, you know we don't keep drinkable alcohol in the house, nor do we purchase drinkable alcohol. So I'm just actually skipping that. I'm not, because it calls for such a little bit amount, I'm not even going to add it. So we're going to skip that. So, all right, let me grab everything we need. I'll meet you back. It is so easy. Y'all are not going to believe how easy this fancy dessert is to make. I'm going to try my best not to blurt out measurements because, like I said, I am doubling the recipe, and you will probably follow the recipe that I put in the description. But we're first going in with heavy whipping cream. Now, I know this is probably going to splatter, and I have a splatter guard that one of you guys sent me, and it is back in the back, and I'm not exactly sure what room I have put it in. So I'm going to try to do this without splattering. I'm going to slowly work up. Okay, so while this is whipping up, we're going to go ahead and add in some vanilla. And we're going to add our sugar in slowly. Okay, guys, we want to get this to stiff peaks. I've added the sugar and the vanilla, so we're going to cut it off and see if we're at stiff peaks. And I would say we are. Going to go just another minute while I open up the mascarpone cheese. Okay, everyone, I've added the mascarpone cheese, and I'm just going to put my paddle attachment on and mix that in. I think if I was just making, you know, a single batch, I could fold it in by hand. But I thought it would just go easier and faster if I used my paddle attachment. And I'll still go in with my spatula by hand. All right, I'm going to mix this up by hand a little bit with my spatula. And we're just going to set this aside for a little while. All right. Now I'm just going to take my finger and give this a, oh my, that is good. All right, let me wash my hands and I'll meet you back right over here. Okay, so as far as the mascarpone cheese, if you cannot find it, there is a way to make your own by mixing cream cheese, some heavy cream, and some sour cream all together. And that will make you some mascarpone cheese. So there is a way around it if you can't find it, or if it's a little, I was not expecting it to be quite so pricey. And had I not been keeping Levi today, I had both boys yesterday. They were both sick. Levi much sicker than Judah. In fact, Judah probably could have gone to school yesterday, but Mama just wanted to be, his mom wanted to be sure that the temperature would not rear its head back up. And so anyway, I've got Levi today, and had I not been having him, I would have made my own, just because of how pricey the mascarpone cheese was. So anyway, okay, I poured my coffee in here, and I have a lady finger, and you don't want to soak them, you just want to dip them. And then I have my dish here, and that's what I'm going to do is, actually, I'm just going to do this like that, and they will fall apart. Don't dip them long. Okay, I'm going to throw them away. Okay, don't do more than one at a time. Really fast. Dip them real fast. All right, I'm going to keep doing this. I'll meet you right back. All right, so here's my question to you guys that I don't know the answer to. All right, mine are divided in like this. So is this one whole lady finger, or is this a lady finger? Like, which is a whole lady finger? I don't know. And if it's both, then I didn't get enough for the whole thing. So, but we're just going to keep going as planned. I'm just going to stop here. I have doubled a few of them, but not all of them. And so now I'm going to put half of the mascarpone cheese on top of this, the mixture, the whipped cream mixture on top of this, and then we'll follow up with another set of cookies, and I'll do the same thing. I'll double some of them and single some of them. All right, so I'm going to put half of this on. So I'll try to remember that these two and that side have not been doubled. So when I double them, if it's supposed to be doubled, then I don't have enough cookies. But I didn't know by looking at them that they were divided. So I just don't know what is considered a cookie, a double piece or a single piece. But it's okay. Either way, we're going to make it work. I just have been twisted. I can't twist my plate because then I'll forget what's that. These two are single and that's single. These two are double and that's double. So, okay. All right. Okay. So now we're going to go in with some more cookies. I cannot get over how easy. I mean, I've heard of tiramisu all my life. I just had no idea it was this simple to make. Okay, so now we're going to, I'm going to go ahead and double some over here. I still don't have enough, but that's okay. We're going to make it work somehow or another. It's going to work. So I'm going to do this layer just like I did the first. We're going to dip cookies, put cookies, and then top it off with the mascarpone cheese. I'll bring you back when that is complete. So here we are at the last and final step of the tiramisu dish. And I probably, it's when you dust it with chocolate on the top and chocolate cocoa powder. Now you probably need some of that Dutch cocoa powder, expensive, nice stuff, but I don't have that. So it's Hershey's to the rescue. Whoops, hang tight. Let me move my espresso out of the way. Espresso wannabe. All right. I don't know if Bryant has ever had tiramisu or not. I know we laugh about it every time we see it because I just always think of that girl. Okay. We're going to set this outside and let it chill because it doesn't need to go in the refrigerator because outside is cold enough. And later on tonight, we'll get Bryant to taste it and see what he thinks of Leslie's tiramisu. Okay, everybody, here is the tiramisu. We just got home from church. I've got all my makeup washed off. It is our anniversary tonight.
Happy anniversary. Celebrating how many years?
26.
26 years.
26. Okay, I don't know if this is one where I doubled the cookies or, well, left them single.
What do you mean doubled cookies?
Well, it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
That's the mic.
Oh, that's the mic.
And you're going around.
I'm sorry.
Anyway.
I was making sure it was on.
So, we are going to let him taste it. It's your anniversary.
Drum roll. Here we go. Do y'all know that I've been married to her for at least half her life? 26 years. Yeah. Delicious.
Have you ever had tiramisu before?
Never.
Oh, so neither one of us know if it tastes like it's supposed to. So you'll have... That's good.
That's real good.
That's real good. So we will have to check with Isaac because he loves tiramisu. And he'll let us know if it tastes like it's supposed to.
Yes, he will.
So you'll have to come back to Sunday's video where I laid it in the wrong direction.
She put it over there where I couldn't get it.
So you'll have to come back to our feast, our big Italian feast, which will probably be on Sunday's video, the weekend wrap up, and find out how I did on the tiramisu. We'll get Isaac's perspective because he's the connoisseur of tiramisu.
I like it. I don't know what it's supposed to taste like, but I like it.
It is good.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well,
That's a wrap.
Yep. We just got back from church and it's bedtime because we both have places to be early in the morning.
Yeah. Did I tell you about the invisible man that married the invisible woman? And they had an invisible child. He wasn't much to look at either.
He wasn't much to look at.
Yep.
All right.
See right through.
Well, guys, like I said, we both have places to go early in the morning, and so we're going to call it a night, and I will see you tomorrow. Yes, I'll see you tomorrow. I have to think what day it is. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. And remember, the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. Bye, y'all.